Oh, we're just laughing right off the bat. Hey, because I'm the one who's clapping. Y'all making fun of me. This was going on.
They're not
already.
gonna know that you clapped.
I think we said it before. Actually, this is gonna be so unprofessional. We're not even getting into this right now. Thank you for tuning in this week, guys, to the Heavens Demons podcast. I am one of the hosts, Arturo.
I'm Adam.
And we got a guest on this week. Guest from the west side of the valley. First timer down here. I mean, not in Indio, but like around here with us, you know.
Yep. Do I introduce
myself?
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
My name is Adrian Romero, and I own Hermano Flower shop in Palm Springs.
Located in the Mojave Flea market.
Yes.
I was just saying, where did Hermano come from? Like the name, because I hear Hermano, like obviously it's in Spanish, but like that's what like you say to like one another. Like, el hermano.
I always try to remember. So there's a huge story with the idea of the business overall, but I think I was just trying to think of Hecho a mano, like handmade. And I think I just didn't like it, and I like tried cutting it down, and then like the word hermano just kind of popped up in my face, and then I just like loved it because it just had more of a meaning to it, you know, more of a context, like community, and like just a whole world behind that name. So
because if it was Primo Flower Shop, it would just sound like it would be so funny. Like it would be like it has like even like a more sentimental, graceful meaning. It seems like it comes across that way.
Hermano. Yeah. No, I love the name, man. Like I've been thinking of doing some other little tiny side gigs, and I just can't come up with anything else, man.
When you have a good name, like, it is what it is. Like, to kind of veer away from it or spin off of it, it just doesn't live up to the
first
name.
one. Yeah,
like it's the way the name pronounced and everything, and just the way it's set up is like it hits all the marks to where it's like, okay, that's how you know that's what it needs to be. Because like how you're saying Primo, or like I laugh at other names and they're just like they're not. It's not serious, but this comes out. It gives a different vibe when you visually see it and when you hear it.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I did a lot of research. I've been very inspired for so many years because I just grew up around a lot of brands. You know, because of skateboarding, I grew up skateboarding.
Ooh,
so
like, who's your favorite brand? Or like
back
top
then?
ones? Yeah.
Ooh, what was I wearing back then?
I
mean, I was pretty broke, dude, so I couldn't afford anything. But I would just get like bootleg S t-shirts or America t-shirts.
Go to Swami, get the knockoff.
Favorite Mexico. In Mexico, man, they had all the best bootleg t-shirts over there.
I don't know, like
they were.
We went to Industry Ride Shop. What was on your side of town? Was it Active? Epidemic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Epidemic. That was my home, man.
Yeah.
That was where we spent all of our days. My brother, my older brother, he started working there when he was 14. So I was 12, I believe.
Sure, there's no child labor laws broken there.
Back in the day, that was a beautiful thing, though. Like your parents could just sign
off.
We lived right down the street. So he would just skate there. I would skate there.
What was he doing there? Just like setting up skateboards and shit?
Yeah, just working, man.
Yeah.
You know, like selling shoes, they had so much stuff.
He's running the books, man. Investing.
Running the books. He's handing the money laundering.
Dude.
That'd be, have a little, what's the guy's name from Ozark? The kid?
Oh, Marty. Oh, what's his son? Jonah.
He's a little Jonah right there at Epidemic.
Have you seen Ozark?
No, I haven't.
No. Such a good show.
I'm so bad at watching TV, dude.
You're so busy, bro. Selling out these flowers and doing all these shows.
The grind
who has time for
dude,
Ozark?
I've been thinking about that lately.
When you're Marty Bird.
I've been thinking about that lately. I'm just like so disconnected from like the world, dude. Just because like this is my life every single day, you know, like all day, every day, just trying to like continue it and come up with something new and keep it fresh, keep it fun. It's like, dude, it just doesn't end. You know, so it's really hard to turn it off sometimes.
Do you ever fall victim, and I don't want to be punny here, but like stop and smell the roses? Like, do you have a problem doing that?
I'm
sorry, I had to get that
I try to give myself Sunday. Like,
do you give yourself flowers?
Dude, no one has given me flowers, man.
No one's giving you flowers?
No, dude. It's all good.
It's an unreal feeling. I got flowers for Valentine's Day. Unreal feeling.
Dude, yeah. I heard this amazing quote. It was like, the only time like men get flowers is when they die
at their funeral.
Yeah, at their funeral.
So it's just like, yeah, and dude, that's super sad, you know. So like that's why we wanted to create more of a like a gender neutral type feel of a flower shop, just so like we can kind of normalize like giving flowers to each other.
And the flowers that you got, it's not your typical bouquets that you'd get like at the store. It's something it's art within itself of how it's presented and all that. Like flowers I've never even seen before.
Same. I mean, I've been surprised so many times by the stuff we get, because we used to drive to LA to get our flowers every single week, but that became way too heavy. So now I have this amazing sales rep that knows exactly what I love, and I've just told her so many beautiful stories about like what we're into and all that. And so now she knows like what our style is and what we do, and she just kind of sends us. It's a surprise to me. She
kind of curates it for you and just supplies it, and then you go from there.
Yeah, it's like
so
your turn to get creative.
I'm surprised, and then the consumer is surprised. So it's like everyone's having
Which is
fun,
a kind of a cool feeling, because you're just as excited.
Yeah.
Because it's never going to be the same thing.
Yeah. No, I made that. I did that intentionally. Like I was just trying to build my dream job, dude. You know, like I didn't want it to get boring. I didn't want to get mundane and repetitive. Redundant. And like I could easily just like make one arrangement, call it the Valentine, the Bloody Valentine, and
shout out.
And you know, just like sell a bunch of those, but then I'm just making the Bloody Valentine over and over and over and over. So like I just wanted to be like, no, you guys get beautiful flowers. We don't know what it's gonna be, but they're gonna be fresh and beautiful. Like,
and that helps with you being like inspired every time you get a shipment in, because you have no idea what's coming. There may be like one consistent flower that's always gonna be shipped to you, but like as for all the other ones, like the accent flowers that you would use, it's like I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, and it's just not to keep being punny. It's very organic of like the creative expression that comes from it, because this is the first time you're seeing this flower and you compare it a certain way. Yeah,
it's been really fun, man. I've been diving into arranging a lot harder now, and it's so fun, man. Like you're literally painting something, because you're just looking at spaces like a blank canvas. You're like, there's space there, there's space there, space there, there's nothing going on there. Like, what can I do there, you know? And you just kind of look at it and you think about it, you see what you got, what colors do you have, what textures do you have, and you just try it. It's like, oh, that looks cool.
So growing up, you were skateboarding, so where did you always have that creative mindset, like growing up? Of like you said, it's like painting, so like were you painting as a kid? Were you doing graffiti? What were you doing to where like I'm trying to see how you got to here.
Don't incriminate yourself either now.
Don't incriminate yourself. Don't say whatever name you were using allegedly.
I was a really good kid, man. I was a really good kid. Just kind of like
you colored inside the lines.
Yeah, I colored inside the lines. Mostly what I did, all the inspiration came from skateboarding and music. I love music. I started playing guitar back when I think it was 10. So a lot of inspiration came from that, and just bands, discovering new stuff, you know, listen to different genres. Luckily my older brother like introduced me to a lot of stuff where like no kids around me were listening to, you know. So like a lot of music inspired Hermano, skateboarding, like I said, brands, skateboarding videos, just how they shot everything, all of the, I guess that I was living my life through like those skateboard videos, like Baker videos, like all the shit that they would do
with Andrew Reynolds. And because I grew up skating too, but I sucked. Like I'm there's two different types of skaters. There's ones that could get real technical, and then there's other ones that I could flow through a skate park and not fall. Like I could float through a bowl, but if you asked me to do a kickflip, bro, I never got, because I was always in a sport, and my parents were like, you have this practice or get your homework done. So like I just drifted away from skating to where like I just used it as transportation.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like I didn't have the amount of time to actually get technical and learn these all kinds of tricks. And then seeing my friends, they're like, they went from barely knowing how to ollie to like they're going down a 10 stair. Yeah. And I'm like, I'll chill. I'll watch you guys do this shit.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I was like not amazing, but I was around amazing skateboarders. But I tried. I would definitely jump off stairs and try to get better and better every single day until I just like my knees started giving out.
It's always the knees that go first, bro.
Hey, old age,
so now
catches up.
When I skate, dude, I just stay on the ground, man. You know, like that's all I do now. I just stay on the ground.
Unless
dude.
You gotta go up a curb or go off a curb. I'm right here with it.
Nowadays, like people just do slappies, which is just like you don't even have to ollie anymore. You just like roll up the curb and like grind it. So
not in my day. Not in my day.
But yeah, man.
But what is it that got you to, I guess, pick up flowers? Like what was it about it?
And did you have any like obstacles getting to there, like getting people to kind of accept like you're doing flowers? Because that's a wild thing.
Yeah, because it's something I don't think anybody's ever seen before.
Yeah, to be honest, I've never thought in a million years I'd be a florist.
You'd be florist. Florist. I thought you said a florist. I was like, that's
florist.
Deep. That's fucking deep, bro.
This guy's, oh my God. Not even 30 minutes in, he's already...
The psychedelics are kicking in, dude.
Philosophizer.
Yeah. No, I never, ever did I think I was going to be a florist. And it just kind of, I guess that's what happens when you have a lot of time on your hands, you know, and are just eager to create. And you have the opportunity and just all of that, you know. Quarantine, this was a quarantine baby, you know, like
these are the best ones.
A lot of us, I think, had quarantine babies.
All of it. Yeah
We're here because of quarantine, baby.
Yeah, so it was a blessing, man. Like my life changed like 180, dude. Like I had a career that I was doing for 6 years. I was actually doing sound, audio visual for 6 years in different cities, and I was moving and trying to figure it out, dude. I was just trying to move up the ladder. I ended up as a project manager. That was my last gig. And when my brother opened up his bar, his brewery, it was just very inspiring.
Yeah.
And like, and
you want to throw out the name of the brewery?
It's Las Palmas Brewery in Palm Springs.
He's all, my brother's doing great. I don't need to give him any.
Yeah, for real.
He numbers through the roof. You don't need more promotion.
He's good,
this is my podcast episode.
Yeah, he's killing it, man. I'm really proud of that dude. But me and him have always been like right next to each other because we're only 2 years apart. So like, yeah, when he started that brewery in late 2019, he was having like pop-ups in the back, food pop-ups, and like Marcel Gabinos was doing them and all that stuff. And so after work, after my crazy ass shifts, I would work at the JW Marriott Desert Springs. I don't know if you guys ever been there. They have like the flamingos and boats and shit. Yeah, so I would work there. And
with the flamingos?
Yeah.
You would be driving the boats?
No, I was doing the audio visual there.
Okay.
They have like a
like
whole
for the conferences and stuff. Yeah, that's where like the main conferences are held.
They have massive, like huge conferences there.
Yeah.
Like huge, dude. It's crazy. So yeah, I was doing that, and like after work, I would go to Las Palmas, and everyone's having a great time. Everyone's just, you know, eating food, just making connections, and it was just like paradise, dude. Paradise in my hometown, you know. So that's when it kind of just started. Like I was just kind of started to think about like my future and my career, and I was like, damn, like that looks way more fun than what I'm doing, dude. Like I don't want to be doing this forever. Audio visual, like I'm burnt out. So I stepped down to part-time, and they didn't want to let me go. Well, I wanted to quit. They didn't want to let me go, so I started working part-time. And then literally like 2 weeks into part-time, that's when the whole world shut down.
You're all, fuck, should I take it full-time?
Yeah. So I mean I got laid off, like, you know, we all got laid off. So it was crazy how it worked out, man. I was already on my way out,
The universe was like, I don't think you're taking this serious enough.
Yeah.
Worldwide pandemic.
Yeah.
Pursue your dreams.
Because Adrian doesn't want to be a self-employed person. Yeah. He has no choice now.
Oh my, yeah, dude. It was crazy. So, yeah, I was like, okay, well, I was already going to quit anyway. So, now I'm getting unemployment. And, you know, they're giving us some
EDD checks running up.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
It was
Time to invest.
EDD period.
Dude, it was way better
Everybody
to
was
not
running it.
work.
Yeah.
Back in the day. So
You see, but you were smart because I'm sure you used that money from EDD to fund and to get creative, right?
Yeah, Hermano right now is like debt free, man. Like that place, we built it from absolutely nothing.
But EDD.
Yeah, EDD. We like thanks for
thank you.
Shout out to EDD, man.
Hey.
Hermano sponsored by EDD.
Yeah, funded by your government. This is a government funded business.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So quarantine. We just like we're sitting there as me and Cesar. We were just sitting there hanging out every single day, all day, dude. Every single day.
At Las Palmas?
At his place.
Oh, at his place? Okay.
No, everything was shut down.
Oh, yeah.
We had nothing to do.
out.
So
Right.
it was like during.
Las Palmas turned into a speakeasy.
That's a good idea. Run with it.
Oh my gosh. No, I mean, we had a speakeasy at our house, man. You know, we were all drinking so much, dude. Like, remember at the beginning? Like, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That only lasts so long.
I know.
Because then you're like, now I feel like an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just getting drunk all the time.
Yeah.
I'm getting high every day. And it's like, it's
Yeah.
never going to end. A
No.
week goes in. I was telling him, we forget that. Remember the video of the celebrities singing a song together? It was like they sang different portions of a song to motivate the community to like, because everybody was already starting to break. They were already starting to break in within this pandemic of like people losing their minds.
Yeah.
And these celebrities are crying, recording
Oh my
themselves sing a
gosh.
song. Look it up. I swear. I forgot what
I
song.
think I
forgot
saw
what song
that.
it is.
I
Yeah.
forgot. It was like all these big actors,
All the major
and
actors.
celebrities. They were doing "We Are the World," but like the pandemic version.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But
Dude,
you and Caesar, you
weird
and Cesar were just
times,
getting drunk.
man.
It was you two.
Dude, we
Against
were
the
getting
world.
hammered. Like, it was bad, dude.
Y'all were
It
drinking
was
like you were
really
getting paid
bad.
for it. Like you're trying to prove something.
I mean, we were getting
Technically,
paid
you
for
were.
it, dude.
That was your job.
But yeah, like you said, dude, it only lasted so long. Like maybe a month in, we like flipped it and it was like, all right, let's start working out, juicing. Like, now let's like switch it up and like be as healthy as we could possibly be. But we were still hanging out all the time, and then we just kind of started thinking about a business together, and he actually was the one that started doing the flowers. So he like was doing, he's always been that person. He's always been like very eventful.
Okay.
Like he loves throwing events.
Yeah.
He loves like decorating and all that stuff, dude. So he's always like kind of worked with flowers, and he did Mother's Day during quarantine. So it was like a crazy Mother's Day. And yeah, so like it just continued during quarantine, man. Flowers were just like, you know, I guess it was everyone needed flowers because, you know, it was rough times.
Yeah.
So like,
What better way to lift your spirits?
exactly. So yeah, so I was like, yo, dude, like, I'm down to help you, you know, like I'm down to like use my whatever skills I have. Like I have a camera, I have a laptop, I have a skateboard. I don't know what I'm doing with that.
I can skate to go pick up materials.
Yeah, dude. We've done videos with skateboards and like, I don't know. And I was just that side of it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna build this like world around you and the flowers, and that's just kind of how it started, man. Like, just started pulling inspiration from the world and like what we're into, and like we came up with the name Hermano. So like instantly we're like, okay, we want to pay homage to like our culture and our traditions and where we're from. Like I was born in Mexico. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I moved here when I was 4. Michoacán, Zamora, Michoacán. Zamora, Michoacan. Yeah.
Brethren right there.
Hey, brother.
Oh, yeah?
Saguayo.
Saguayo?
Quilpan, that's where all my family's from.
I don't know where that is, dude.
He was born on the rancho.
Oh, yeah?
Rancho Mirage.
Yeah, we're...
Hey, only one of my family born in America. What's up? Get at me,
That's
Mom.
a good one, dude.
Get at me, Mom. Motherfucker, she did it for you.
Nah, she just couldn't make it to the hospital on time. That's why I was born in Rancho Mirage. Everybody else was born in Mexicali.
That's a good one, dude. Rancho Mirage. Yeah, so... Yeah, we just wanted to do that. We wanted to pay homage to our culture. So, like, we're like, all right, well, like, what can we pull from? Like, what can we do? And we just started I started looking at photos of, like, when I went to Mexico, and so did he, and just, like, trying to think of things we saw while we were out there, and, like, how the buildings looked like, the colors, the painted signs, the roads, like
lack of roads.
Yeah, lack of roads.
Lack of road.
I came from Zamora is a little bit more civilized.
Yeah,
but it's very dirty. It's almost like a miniature like Mexico City. So like the roads are there, but they're like broken. Yeah. You know. So like that was inspiring. You know, broken roads, buildings like with their paint just chipping, falling off, like. You know, like car part brands, just like always like painted on buildings for some reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So like all of that, dude, all of that was just like, yes, like that's what we love. Like that's what I love. And I don't know. I just I thought it was very beautiful in a weird way. And it was also very nostalgic, and like we can all relate to that. And it's almost like it's also timeless because, you know, there will forever be hand painted signs. And I think even now it's coming back. Like people really love hand painted signs now. So
is that where you find yourself getting the most inspiration? Like because your guys' trips in Mexico, do you find yourself doing that? Because I saw that you posted, like you kind of had like on your feed, you were posting.
Yeah, it's funny because I did that last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
like where it's like taquerias and stuff like that. Cause I see that, and that's the first thing I think of now.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, speaking of taqueria, so Hermano was actually supposed to be tacos and flowers. So that was
you show it, bro.
So that's why
it's a one-stop shop.
Yeah,
you get your flowers and your tacos, you got a fucking date right there. And then you go to Las Palmas Brewing.
Or hear me out, you
so
go get
whoever
tacos
wants,
for yourself.
whoever wants to take that idea, man, it's yours. Like you should do it. Tacos and flowers, man.
But we'll talk after the podcast.
We'll talk after.
handmade tortillas though. You gotta make handmade tortillas. Yeah, so that's where Hecho Mano kind of came out. Because we wanted to do handmade tortilla tacos.
Tortillas a mano.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then we also, you know, flowers and Mexican food like that, like just go really well with each other. They just complement each other. So that was how it really started off. But yeah. And then, so we just kind of figured out like what the brand was going to look like. And then I started building the website. I never built a website in my life on Squarespace. And we were just like details. We had all the time in the world, man. So the details were just like, obviously the font, the color of the font, the background, you know, the grid, like where everything was, like all the photos on there were just like all conversations. We had the longest conversations about like the smallest things. Yeah. I'm sure you guys know.
Yeah. Well, like when you said about building website, that was his part of it, was building our
you
website.
Built the website?
Yeah, I built the website first, and then 2 days before our first drop, scratched it all. Just went to a whole new website developer and did a whole another website.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a motherfucker.
Why'd you do that?
The interface was a lot easier to use. I could get more creative on the one that we used. And it was a little bit like cost effective. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go this route because the other one, I was a beginner. I've never done it before, and this one was like way over my head. I was like, it's too hard to use. So this one was a lot easier. I ended up going with like a Wix.
Yeah.
Did someone build it for you, or
no,
you did?
No, he
did.
did.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You built both of them. Oh, okay. Yeah. We're on our 3rd website right now.
So shit.
It happens, man.
Yeah.
You know, you get better and better. You see like what you're missing and what you know.
You see other people's websites like, okay, I could do that, but like I'll take it and put in my own spin on it. So he handles the website and then I handle the Instagram. Like he shoots all of our stuff and then I figure out how to post it and come up with like the backstories and everything, like the concepts and stuff, which is funny because we ended up with Wix back in like 2013. I had a blog, like a poetry blog on Wix.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on Wix. And I set it up myself, and it was
really
like, it was so simple, bro, because I'm not tech savvy at all. So it was the bare minimum, just like black with like red writing and just because that's my favorite color combination. Edgy, bro. Yeah.
Black and red. Who are you? Fucking
Such
Batman?
I was fucking
dude.
emo Batman before fucking
Robert Pattinson.
Fucking Battinson. I was there first. He took my whole shit, but they must have saw my blog.
Yeah. That's where they got the inspiration
That's
from.
where they got it from, bro. That's why he's so sad wearing black eyeliner, bro. I get it. I get it. I was doing the same thing.
Were you wearing black eyeliner?
No, I wasn't.
No, I never.
Wanted to.
Yeah.
But
You still can.
I still
will.
You will. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just funny how like things come around, like it circles back, and then how shit grows. Like you don't know where how it's gonna pan out. Like it just starts from an idea, because just like how you and Cesar were doing it, like him and I, we're just fucking bullshitting. Just I've always wanted to have a clothing line, and we're in the middle of the pandemic, same situation, and he's like, well, I could help you if you want. Like I know I can figure it out. It shouldn't be that hard. And just from that to like, and then now we're at.
Didn't you like study fashion or something like that? Is that what I heard?
I've always been like admired fashion. My family's very fashion forward. I wouldn't say all my family members. I'd say like my uncle, my grandma, and like my mom's side of the family, super fashion forward. My dad's the type that he wears whatever the fuck he wants. Like literally what I'm wearing right now, the Dickies with Chucks, that's my dad. Like almost every day, casual outfit.
Damn.
And then if he wants to dress it up, he just puts on boots. Like that's basically it, and that's his
Classic,
style.
dude.
Classic.
Yeah.
And always admired it. That's why I wanted to ask you like about the flowers. Like, was it even accepted? Because from my family, it wasn't accepted when I wanted to do poetry. It wasn't accepted like me liking clothes. Like the remarks that certain family members and friends would make.
Yeah.
Very, I didn't want to repeat it, but it was like very like shunned.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you have to fight these battles. Like if I would have, stuck true to myself back when I wanted to do it, who knows how far I'd be. But I've also grown as a person to like, who gives a fuck? Like this is my life. It's not your life. And no matter if I listen to what they want me to do or if I do my own thing, like I always tell my sister like about tattoos. It's like your family's already disappointed in you. Yeah. Like you might as well just get that tattoo.
Yeah.
They're already, like, who cares? They're still gonna go to McDonald's and fucking eat a burger with a smile, and like they could care less about what you're fucking
It's a
doing.
moment where they're like super upset with you, and then it passes, and
and then the like, healer of all is when they see profit come from it.
Yeah. That's
the number one. Like, oh no, keep doing. I always supported him.
Yeah.
I told him from day one he should like. When he was writing his poetry, I'm like, you never not once seen me do that. But whatever. So then, like, with fashion, I never officially studied it. I just always grew up around it and, like, always watching. And, I didn't have... It went to, like, my junior to senior year where my mom let me pick out my clothes. Like, she would be the one to always get it. But later on, I just started always, like... When I started getting more money, it's like, I'm going to dress how I want to dress. When I got to college, I started buying the clothes I wanted to buy. And sure enough, like... he would borrow like a hat or a shirt or a jacket or something, and like I'd be like, my friends before we'd go out, they'd ask me to like for clothes to wear when we go out, and then it was funny as hell to see them get compliments wearing my clothes, and like I don't.
And then when you wear it, you got no compliments. Or
because I guess they just expected it from me. I guess I don't know, or I didn't look as good in it, and then but it's just funny, and then I ended up like fucking making a fake resume, bro, and just going on Indeed and finding like a stylist that was looking for an intern and applied for that, and I was doing that for a few months out in LA, and I would snap certain things to send to him and like a couple other friends of what I was doing because NDA purposes, but like it was such a cool experience to learn from, and like just that moment of saying fuck it, this is for me. type of thing.
Because you're not getting any money off of it. You're not. There's anything really like profit wise for you to get. You're losing money doing this.
I lost so much money. I bought a car just so I could be able to do it.
Yeah.
Like the car I had before wasn't reliable to drive from here to LA back and forth because I was living here, and that was another thing I lied about, that I said I lived in LA and I didn't. And they're like, you have to live in LA, you have to be in school. I lied, I said it was going to fit them. But just lie after lie, and like,
I know, dude. I have a friend that did that too.
Dude, lying gets you in the door. Like I've told him before, lying gets you in the door. But like, they knew I was bullshitting right when my first day. But my work ethic and like the stuff that I would find and stuff, like, I would get back before all the other interns. Like they make you run a bunch of errands and do drop offs and then pickups. And then, you know, I came back. I even stopped to get food. And by the time I got back, they're like, "You're done already?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm finished." Like, you're the first one back. We're worried about where all these other kids are. And I was like, "Well, you know, I don't know what more do you want me to do?"
They're probably having a nervous breakdown in traffic.
Dude, honestly, they were.
Yeah.
And like, for me, that we were talking about it off mic. Like, this stuff, it's fun. Like, if you tell me I just got to go from West Hollywood and I just got to go to Beverly Hills on Rodeo Drive and make all these drop-offs and do certain pickups for certain stylists, like, that's fun, bro. Like, it's fun to me to try to find parking on Rodeo, to run and hurry up and get to all these stores for drop-offs in 20 minutes before the timer runs out for the parking meter. And it's a game. Sure. It's a game.
Sick little game.
Having to get into like this stuff, it's like, it's a whole new world, and while you're in it, you're like, nobody else is really experiencing this.
Yeah, for sure. Well, like you said, you were lying about everything, but at the end of it, you just had like passion for it, right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters. That's like what everyone's always looking for, man. Like, now as like a, just not even business owner, but just being older, like, I realized why people didn't like hiring like little kids, like younger, like 16-year-olds and stuff.
Because they don't care.
Because, dude, they'll be there for 3 months and then on to the next thing, you know? Like, it's, they don't have like the passion for it. They don't know what's even going on yet. So like, that's why people just like love hiring. If you're super passionate about something and then you've already seen what you don't like to do, then like, that's kind of like the person you want to get, you know, the person that's already experienced all the bullshit and has like a bunch of jobs. I have so many jobs that I've had in my life, dude. So many jobs. I've never gone to college either. Like, I just worked my ass off and I saw everything that I didn't like to do. So now that everything that I do is just pure passion. Like, and that exceeds college, I think, unless you're, you know, doing like, no disrespect to everyone that like went to college, dude. I have to say the same thing all the time.
I have to say the same thing all the time, because it'll come off like I'm shitting on college, but I'm really not. It's
But you learned what you didn't want to do, and you did that. Guess what? Debt free.
Yeah.
That's more than a lot of people could say.
I got debt. I'm just kidding.
For other dumbass reasons, all right? That's besides the fact. But no, that's true.
Yeah.
It's that experience.
Yeah. And like, I'm sure you've learned a lot. I do wish I would have had a college experience though, you know, like, because I know you have stories that I don't have, and you have experiences that like I can never have because I never went to college, and I'm sure it's helped you so much. And you didn't have to go through all the bullshit that I had to go through, man. Like, you know, just working so many different jobs, moving to different cities because I wasn't going to college. Like, I had nothing else to do. You know, that kept you focused. And I feel like that, I don't know. It's, yeah, they're both good. They're both good, man.
Everybody has their own path. Like,
exactly.
You could either go to college and just focus on school, or I say it's the harder route, but it just comes with way much more experience.
Yeah.
Experience in the work field and just life experience as well. Like, there's stuff that you're going to experience here that they're not getting at all. And by the time they get their degree, because I'd be there at interning or at a job with somebody that just got out of college. Like, I used to work at Sherwin-Williams, and the guy that's the new manager didn't know anything about paint, didn't know anything about just how to interact with, foremen from construction companies or paint companies, and
basic communication skills.
And all he had was a business degree, and that's why he got hired, and that's how he became manager. And it's like, oh, you don't know what you're doing.
No.
And I'm the one that's gonna have to facilitate all of this, and help open this new store. And I'm getting paid significantly less than you just because you have a piece of paper. And I don't even think he's at that store anymore. I think he probably got fired after I left. And it's just like, I see that and I'm like, man, it furthers my opinions on certain aspects of college. It is what you get out of it.
There's a lot of things college cannot teach you.
Yeah. And there's things professions that you should go to college for, right?
I hope my doctors are going to school.
I hope my lawyer went to college.
Yeah, for the love of God.
And not my cousin Vinny's situation.
I feel like YouTube might be able to teach you how to be a lawyer nowadays.
Honestly, watch a few good men. Watch a few good men. Watch my cousin Vinny. You'll be all right. You can represent yourself.
I'm gonna give our lawyers a lot more credit than that.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Hey, bro, if Kim can do it,
Kim Kardashian, she can do it all.
She can do it all. Hey, because nobody else wants to work.
Yeah, so get off your asses, guys.
For real, no one wants to work right now.
What she was saying was surround yourself with people that want to do all the work for you
for
free, and then you sign off on the credit.
Yeah, do that.
That's the KK way.
Yeah, dude. I mean, lost track, but yeah, it's just all passion, dude. At the end of the day, like that's what holds Hermano down on the daily. That's what holds down Heaven's Demons on the daily. Like, it's not because you guys went to school for it or anything like that. It's just like, this is what you just really love to do, man. This is what this podcast is. It's just like, we're here on a Sunday,
on our off days.
Yeah.
This is what we do. This is what we do on our off days.
One day off, and like we're still doing this. It's fun, man.
It's fun, like, because this is a cool experience of getting to know how you got to here, and how else would I know that? Like, if I wasn't here, I'd be at home binge watching Vikings.
Yeah.
And like, I get an experience out of this. I get to know more about you, your business, how you grew as a person, what pitfalls or hurdles that you encountered. And it's like, that's a cool experience. And if it took me 3 hours, that's fucking three episodes I missed out on.
That's what I love about it. That's what I love about podcasts, dude. Is like, it forces you to have a very long conversation, and pay attention to each other, no distractions, and you just really get the details of everything.
Because if you think about it, in what other scenario would this actually play out?
Yeah,
it's almost impossible for it to be that organic. The only way I could think of is like out in the woods, like at a bonfire, and like there's nothing going on. You guys are all just chopping it up, which is kind of what it is, like by the fire.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. I mean, you could normalize just like inviting me without cameras and mics. You know what I mean? Like, hey man, we just want to sit you down and ask you about your life.
Yeah, but even
but that's true.
Meant for you.
But that's we talked about it before the camera started rolling about men and their problem with like therapy and talking and just things like that.
Yeah, true.
But still, let's not negate the fact that there's people that you never cross that are also getting to know you as well. So they get to like. We've had it to where people I've never met, and they already have an understanding of who I am before I get to speak to them, which is kind of weird sometimes, because they'll know like, oh bro, like you're so funny and stuff. Like, I don't even really know your name right now, but like I appreciate like you took the time out of your day to listen to whatever I was rambling off about. And they're already kind of coming in like, they kind of already have an idea, and they respect you, and they have like an understanding of like who Adrian is or who whatever guest was.
For sure. Yeah, I love this because you're a platform for just like people like me, just anybody. This valley is pretty big, and we all like look for resources to like really showcase our art or whatever.
Did you have a problem with that at the beginning, like those hurdles and obstacles of like, I want to get my stuff out there? And I guess that's a good thing with social media is you have that platform. But did you run into like obstacles in business?
Dude, 100%.
With like, hey, I want to display maybe at this event.
I mean, I've been creating things since I could like afford to like get a guitar or like, I don't know, just tools. Since I could afford to have tools, like I've been creating. I used to like record. Me and my little brother, we would like cover a song when we were like, he was like 8 years old and I was like 14, dude.
You still have that footage?
It was a song, like audio recording.
Oh, okay.
Like
I
would mix it. It's probably like on an old iPod somewhere, dude. But it's like I've been creating for so long, dude. Like this isn't the first thing like I've been doing, you know? Like that's where my Instagram handle Ian Swims comes from. It's my artist name as a musician. And during quarantine, like I was trying to push it, but it's hard, man. Like everything is really hard to push, you know? But if it wasn't for all of these random little projects that I tried starting, like you were saying earlier, like the DNA podcast before, like it wouldn't have ever led you to like to that, where you are right now. Yeah. And all of that knowledge that you gained and confidence that you have now to like do what you're doing now and do it at like the best level. And we're both gonna look back like in 10 years from now, we're gonna look back at this and like, damn, this production was like bad. Garbage. You know what I mean?
We look back a year and a half and we're like, fuck, we're like this is a leaps and bounds ahead. And it was like, I've told him, I believe like if you just put 10% more effort into something, you'll be amazed at the progress you'll make.
Yeah.
And that was just the same thing with us. Is like a little bit of 10% here, and then okay, let's do another 10%. Like, what more could this do? Like, if we did this, and like
for sure,
it's so much more creative stuff that it leads you to whatever hits.
Yeah.
Like for every one good idea you have, there's probably like 20 bad ones.
Yeah.
But you learn from each one, and like you got better and got better and got better.
Yeah. I mean, try everything, you know, and eventually you'll start perfecting your craft, you know. So like, that's just what Hermano really is, man. Like, it's just I'm not gonna say a perfection, but like, it really is just every random thing that I've ever done in my life. Hermano right now to me is like my creative outlet. Like, I do whatever I want with it, and I designed it to be that way, to where it's not Ian Swims, it's Hermano, but like I'm the dude that's like putting out the art for it, you know. Like all the t-shirt designs, like I do all of them myself. Like the music stuff, like I always wanted to do like a tiny desk. I remember when I was in a band, like we would practice at a wood shop. The singer had a wood shop, and we would be practicing in there, and I was like, dude, this is badass. Like, we're just practicing in a wood shop with tools and like so much going on. Like, I would love to film this. And like, I already had audio skills, so I was like, in my mind, this was like 5 years ago. So like, now I just finally have the opportunity to do all of these things. And so it's just literally just a collection of all my random skills that I collected.
It's your world. You're letting us into your world. Like, the title of it is Hermano, but it's literally, you created this universe, this world, and you get to choose what aspects we see of it. And like, for us, like I told you when we were messaging, I missed the newest one that you're working on, but every time it comes out, like I look forward to that, because that's our Valley's tiny desk. It's our color studio. It's in its own way. There's flowers. It's very beautiful, and how it's set up, and you choose the artists that get to go on your platform. And this is like, you know, I personally like this artist. This is what I listen to, and I hope you guys like it as well. And let me present it in a way that is easy to digest.
Everything is very well thought out. You know, I've had people reach out and like try to perform on there, and I wish I could give everybody a platform, but like, I want to have artists that like are also trying to do something. Like, they're about to have an album out, even though if they're really small, but they're like, we've been working on this album, we've been posting every day, we've been doing we were playing shows, we're doing this and that. Like, okay, you guys are putting in the work, so I'm gonna put in the work with you. You know, I'm not just gonna put in the work and you're just like, you have one song out and it's just like, all right, well, what else you got going on? It's like, I'm sorry, dude. Like,
you want to be around people that are just as passionate about their craft as you are about yours.
Exactly. Because then it's kind of it's a waste of time, you know. Like, we do these videos, these performances, because it also helps the artists have some footage and just something like tangible almost, that whatever venue they want to play at, like they could send it to them, because a lot of venues like ask for that sometimes. Yeah, they're like, oh, do you have any footage, and now they have something beautiful, like, yeah, check it out. We have like this awesome like production that we did, and you can watch it, and yeah.
They're like, who's that sound guy that did it? You get the call, they don't get the booking. Like, we need that guy here.
We need the sound guy.
Yeah. But it's crazy, like, while you're going off of that made me think of, when you first start creating this, like, the amount of times you're trying to get somebody to say yes. Like, you're trying to reach out. You're trying to get somebody to come onto your podcast. You're trying to get somebody to do a live show at your flower shop. And you tried it for so long, and then you get those 2-3 first yeses, and then all of a sudden you got to start saying no to people. Yeah. Like, for us, like, begging people to post our shit, to look at our website, to do this. And then by the time it starts building momentum and people say, like, oh, do you have this shirt? It's like, we're actually sold out already.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy, man. I've been saying no a lot lately, and that's like the thing where it has me thinking now. It has me losing sleep, because it's like so many missed opportunities.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, well, I need to find help. I need to build my team now. I need to, like...
Because there's a lot that goes into what you do. What I'm more curious about is how do you juggle all that?
Dude, my brain is just like... I always say it's like those TVs that lose signal, just like the white noise.
Yeah.
Like, that is literally my brain all day, dude. Like, and every little dot is like a thought. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just trying to catch one. Yeah. And because I'm so bad at writing stuff down, man. Everyone always tells me, you need to journal this. You need to journal this. But I just keep
sounds
it in my
good.
head.
It's a good idea to write down. In theory, it is.
Until you're a person that has a lot going on and works a lot.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's been working out, man. Like, I'm fine. Like, I'm rested. I feel good. This is like what I love to do at the end of the day. I mean, I'm just creating all day, every day, man. So it's like,
these are my problems and what I...
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Like, why would I be complaining?
Like, I don't have enough time to book all these artists. This is however will I make it.
Darn me in my life.
But it's crazy. That's what I mean. It's like, before it's like, fuck, like, who can I get? And now it's a position of like, okay, who do I want?
Yeah, it's tough, man, because like, I'm running essentially like 3 businesses in one, because
props to you.
It's the flower shop, and then the merch does really well. And then the music.
Yeah.
So like, those 3 things, man, like, I have to make sure we have flowers. We have to prep them, arrange them, deliver them, like, make sure the website is on point, make sure everyone's taken care of there. The merch, designing new stuff, always want to keep that fresh and fun. Also getting better at it, like finding better garments, and like all of you guys get that.
Yeah.
And then the music, which is like contacting the artists and then just like working your way towards the day, and then the post of the mixing, the editing, like all of that stuff, and then promoting it, making promotional content, and then putting it up on the website, and then just like, and then we also do shirts for the artists, so like selling those, and hopefully they even sell, and like, you know what I mean? It's just like so much. Fulfilling the orders.
It's a lot
like,
going on.
Oof.
It sounds like, the way you explain it, sounds like a lot, and it could be overwhelming to the person that has never been in that position of managing something like that. But when I hear it, it gets me excited. It's like, fuck, like, that's a lot of, like, when you're done with it, it's like fun.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I did all this.
Dude. It's amazing, because you're building a life portfolio, dude. Like, you can really, like, in 20 years look back at like all of the stuff that you did, man. And it's so awesome. Like, I love this so much, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I can't believe people are letting me do this right now, dude, and like, it's okay. So yeah, I'm very blessed, dude. Like, I don't really know how this is even happening, to be honest. Like, I really do. I am very thankful. Like, because I've been an artist like for a while, and like my parents like have known that, that I've always created random things, like if you go on my Instagram, my personal Instagram, but I kind of don't want you to because I've been meaning to like delete
archive
these
a lot
videos.
Of stuff. Yeah.
But like I did like a quarantine like home video for one of my songs.
You were like a Bo Burnham.
Yeah, yeah, dude. And like with my iPhone, and it was just like different scenes, different settings, like so much going on. You know, I did 2 of them, like iPhone music videos, and I've always just been doing stuff like that, and like those like didn't really hit, you know, because it's like you're trying to promote yourself. Yeah, it's harder. Because, like, sometimes people think you're ugly and shit or something like that. Like, instantly, they were like, all right, well,
and it's not even so much about you at times. It's more about them. Yeah. That's why they don't want to accept you. They don't want to hear you out. That's more on them rather than it is actually you.
Yeah, for sure. It's tough, man. It's tough trying to promote you as a person. So I just kind of, like... I'm very thankful. Like, it gets me so, like, fired up that I can talk about, like, Hermano, but it's, like, at the end of the day, it's, like, my art that, like, people are appreciating, you know? So it's insane, dude. Like, it almost, like, makes me want to cry, like, straight up. Like, just because of, like, everything.
Yeah, bro, there's plenty of tissue.
You know what I mean?
It's a safe space, bro. This is,
dude, it's amazing, man.
We can't afford therapy, but we have a podcast.
No,
we can afford a camera and some lights and some mics. I'm sure that costs a lot more than therapy,
like,
but...
Like, you guys know, like, your merch, like, all your designs, like, that's your guys' art, you know? And when, like, people buy that, it's just like, oh, damn. It's like doing something like that, right? Like, for some reason, that's, like, it's harder for people to buy something like that. But it's the same thing. Like, it's just on a different...
type of canvas.
It's a different canvas, you know what I mean? Like, it's still your art. Like, you could have done it on a poster... or on a canvas, but you're doing it on a t-shirt or a jacket or something, you know?
It's you have your own personal battles with stuff because it's coming from you. So it's like, I have, when it comes to the clothing line, like the exact day when we had our drop, I was driving to work and I have the app on my phone and it's just pinging all like on my drive with like, at one point, I think the website was crashing. Yeah. Because so many people were buying.
That's amazing.
And dude. I'm like thinking to myself, it's like finally, like as me, a person that's trying shit and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And then finally, like I'm driving to a job I hate and my idea is working. And that was the easiest shift I ever did because my phone just keeps pinging of another sale, another sale. It was the easiest shift and it was a confirmation of like, okay, those other ideas didn't work, but I wasn't wrong. It was just the approach, or it was how I displayed it, how I introduced my world to people. That was okay. Yeah. Now my approach was wrong, but the sentiment was there. So like, okay, if this hits, let me try it a different way. Let me go ahead and do it like this. But
yeah, for sure, because you're always just trying to capture a feeling. Like that's how I work, man. Just like straight feeling. Like the hardest part is trying to make people feel the same feeling that you're having and put that on whatever it is, whatever medium it is, you know? So like sometimes the first time you promote it or whatever photos you use or however the content looks like, and that feeling doesn't come across, like it's like, all right, let me try again. Let me pull it back. Let me reassess. Okay, let me try it this way. And then, you just got to keep trying, man. Just keep going for it, and I think hopefully one day.
I think people miss a lot of times because they see business as so like black and white and cutthroat. But I think what they miss is a lot of times business is invokes emotion. Like people have emotional ties. Like if you buy a T-shirt that you really love, you're gonna remember how you felt that first day. Or same thing with your flowers. Like somebody that gives those flowers to somebody really special, they're gonna remember the first time they got those flowers. It's like I think people forget down the line, like this is what we actually want to do. Yes, we want it to look nice and be aesthetically pleasing, yes, but we want you to feel something. Yeah, and we hope if we didn't make you feel anything, we have failed. Yeah, I feel like that's what a business is at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. It's really hard to like talk about or articulate it because like everyone uses it as or says the word brand, and for me like brand is just such an ugly word. You know, like it's more of just like a feeling that like everyone is trying to put out, like Nike, you know, like the brand. What do you think about when you think of Nike? Is like sports, and also streetwear, or you know, Jordans, and you know, I'm not a huge sneakerhead obviously, but like
my skate shoes,
you know what I mean, like all the brands. Adidas, one of my favorite, like I think just like classics. Like I love Adidas because they make me feel like I'm in like the streets of New York or something, you know, like
you think of Run DMC.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a feeling that they're selling to you. So yeah, that's why like brands, like I don't like to use that word, but you know, that's like what I love to do, man. I also amazing advice that I got from my brother was you got to have a North Star. You got to have like a direction always, no matter what you're doing. And the way to do it is to think of 3 words. And he said 2, but I went with 3 because 3 is my favorite number. But
numerology. Is it your life path number?
It is. I got 3 tally marks right here, dude.
That's what it is.
Is it really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
My life path number is 5. So if you can do it in 5 words, but it's just because I like to ramble.
Yeah. Well, you do it in 5, man. But like, think of 5 words that will forever describe Heaven's Demons. Forever. And always stick to those, no matter what it is. All right. Is this photo this word? If it's not, we're not doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I have my 3 words, and so I always make sure it's those 3 words, and if it's not, like, I'm not doing it. You know,
you feel like you have to start from scratch, like time to do it again.
I like that because to me, a theme that we've had on the podcast, like when we talk about usually when it pertains to relationships, but in life in general, people have their own definitions of things. Like you may think of one word being one way, but somebody else may interpret that word somewhere else. So like that concept, applying that concept to your business, say it in 3 words. Well, those 3 words, I can bend it any way I want to, how I want it to mean, and I could shape that constantly. And it's something that even it fits that word to you, it might not, but to me it's like, well, no, that fits. It fits. It's just my interpretation of that word.
For sure.
It's gonna forever evolve.
No, it's your brain at the end of the day. It's like you interpret the world the way you do is different than I do, you know. Just like those random inspo things that I posted last night, like I know it looked like a bunch of crap to people, you know, but like the context of a lot of those things are very very nuanced. Like I posted a video of some dude. I was in Mexico, and some dude was drunk, hammered at this amazing bar called La Casa Verde, and out of nowhere a mariachi came in and played only for him. And he was hammered, like what's the loteria, the
El Borracho?
El Borracho. Like he was straight up like had that pose, you know, and they were just playing for him, and like that was, I posted that. Even people obviously don't know that story,
the background to it, no.
But like that was so inspiring, dude.
Life imitating art.
Yeah, it was so beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
So like that's how I'm interpreting these moments. The homie next to me probably didn't
catch that.
Didn't catch that. Yeah.
You probably saw that as like, I hope this fucking mariachi ends soon. So
he's like, who's
so I can have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I fucking cry. I don't get a mariachi.
I've been that drunk. No fucking bands come to serenade me.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, dude.
I have a band every night at my house. Like, serenades us, but I mean, I guess it's just a problem in our society. No, but that's cool. Like even without giving context, and he's pretty good at doing that. I've tried and get that across too sometimes, because there's a lot of behind the scene things that I would take, but I would just never share it because I would always overthink it in terms of, well, 1, why are people going to care, and 2, they're not even going to know like what this is even about until later down the line they see things come out for like a certain drop, and then they could piece the 2 together.
Yeah, for sure.
So just getting past like that hurdle.
It's also like the people you surround yourself with, man. Like I've been very blessed lately to meet some amazing people, and they post the most random stuff, dude. You know, like constantly on their stories, like just so random. But I get it. Like, I get what they're doing. I get why they're posting it, because it's just inspiring them, you know? And they just want to, it's their outlet. They just post random stuff. So it's like, cool. Like, that's awesome, dude. Like, I love that. Like, thanks for sharing. Like, you're inspiring me to, like, now post my random stuff that inspires me.
The people it's meant for, they'll always receive it.
Yeah.
If you don't understand it, then it wasn't for you.
Yeah. Exactly.
And, like, kind of diving back to, like, when you say you're performing at a workshop and you're looking at it as, like, this is dope. Because you have your mind, your perspective of, like, the way this looks, like, people kind of need to see this, and you did it in your own way. And I'll come across situations when, like, we're out and I'm like, I'll look at it, I'm like, I'll take a step back, I'm like, oh, this is actually really cool what we're doing. And in the moment, you're just living it. Like, everybody else is just living, and you have that other side of your brain that's like, well, hold on, this is different.
Yeah.
Or this is inspiring to me, this might be inspiring to somebody else.
Yeah.
And
yeah, well, like I said earlier, I was a really good kid. I was a very quiet, reserved kid. And I was just observing every day. That's all I did. That's all I do still.
Yeah.
Like, I observe every little move, like whatever the table is made out of, like the finish on the table, like, you know, the way they covered the holes and stuff, you know, like I just like
I'll put these
please don't look at the floors.
We put in the floors ourselves.
No, but it's like I'm just trying to pull inspiration from the world, like, constantly. But I didn't know that at the time. Like, when I was a kid, everyone would always call me, like, very quiet, you know. And it's funny, like, seeing my aunts now older, like, and now I actually want to talk to them. They're like, damn, you talk? Like, I didn't even know that, you know. So it's like, it's crazy, man. Like, it's just it all led, like, just, it's all me, man. Like, this is just so natural. Like, this is just what I love to do.
You learned the important part of communication is listening. That's the part you learned first. So now where you get to this point in life when you build up that confidence and that you know exactly what to say.
Yeah.
You're not wasting words. You're not, because sometimes people just talk just to talk, but that important part of communication is understanding and listening.
And it took me a while, man. Like I said, I didn't talk. So my early 20s, I was still like a little skater kid, and the way I talked to my friends was just like, what's up, dude? Like, what's going on? You know, that's it.
Minimal words.
Yeah. Until I moved to San Francisco, and everyone was way smarter than me. I was like, holy crap, I'm different world. Stupid. You know, like, I'm so dumb.
When you get out of, like, your inner circle and your hometown, you realize, like, oh shit, I am so behind.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I also wish I would have gone to college, dude, because I'm like, damn, like, I am so dumb, and I felt very insecure, you know. So, like, but I didn't really understand why I was, like, so dumb. Like,
nobody ever does.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, dude. It's like, how are you? Yeah.
You know, we all had the same books.
Full circle, dude.
Hey, I was in college, and trust me, I felt insecure and dumb, too, if it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Arthur was just because, what the fuck is going on?
Fuck am I hearing right
Everybody's
now?
Just typing. You're like, what did you get from that? What did you hear?
Everybody's typing. I'm like,
seriously.
who gave you a laptop?
Yeah.
And why do I have a fucking spiral notebook?
Same thing. I showed up with a spiral notebook, and I remember one day I pulled out an HP, and everybody had Max. I was like, they're setting me up to fail.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm so far behind. I thought I did the right thing. Like, I just bought a laptop, but it wasn't even the right thing.
They're all, Adam, hit Command V. You're all, what?
Bro, when you would say that shit, I'm like, you hit what? Hit Command C, then Command V. I'm like, I don't have the command button. You're like, what are you working with? HP? Why would you buy that? I'm like, bro, I don't know. Don't know why I did.
Dude, I just learned Command C, Command V real quick. Like, I knew that was a thing.
Command Z is another one.
I never. Oh yeah, that one's undo.
Those three, your best friend, especially when you're
or Shift Command Z.
Yes.
Redo. That's the one, right?
Don't even know that
now
one.
Now we're getting places.
I'm still in the beginner stage.
No, it's crazy, man. I mean, also, because also I used to do music. Pro Tools. I don't know if you guys know Pro Tools, but it's like a digital. it's a DAW, digital audio workstation.
I'm familiar with it because I've done music.
So dude, because of that, like just sitting on that for hours and hours and hours, like I was able to just go on Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, or like Premiere and be like, oh, I know how to use programs, you know? So like it was all very like fluid. But yeah, going back to like moving to San Francisco, man, like that was the beginning of like, holy shit, like there's a whole new world out here. And we are in a little bubble in the desert, man. Like it's crazy. I see like no hate against like the little homies wearing like the same stuff that we were wearing when we were in high school. Like they're literally out there still wearing the new era caps with like the plaid, like from Toda Moda and like all that. Like it's the same exact fit.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't
like,
fix it.
Damn, exactly.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Which is sick, dude. Like I'm not. That's why I'm not.
See, nowadays I pair that with boots and a little bit, but I'm still using similar things.
Yeah, but like when you move away or you travel or whatever, like. Now you're like, oh, damn, people are wearing this over here. Like, this is cool. Now I'm going to pull my New Era cap from home. And then these pants or shorts that this homie's wearing, and I'm going to create a different fit, you know? So it's like, it's crazy, man. Just like moving away that just opens up your mind. And
the exposure.
Yeah, and it makes you a better person, dude. Like, straight up. Like, it forced me to, like, pick up some books and, like, really educate myself, you know?
By force, because like when you feel like you're behind the 8 ball, you play that catch-up game. And I'm the type of person, like I'll dive deep into something and I'll go on a binge like through YouTube learning, and then I'll know more than whoever, you know, I was previously talking with, because I'm also competitive. So it's like I don't ever want to feel like I don't know. I at least want to have a general idea enough to have a conversation, because if I feel left out, like I feel like I need to go home. I need to learn. And at least brush up on this.
I also like getting a little bit older. Like I realized that it's okay to ask like, what is that? Like what you just say? Like, what was that word you just said? Like, what is that? What does that mean? You know? Like I've learned to like just be like, what is that, dude? Because you know, a lot of us are constantly just still learning. You know, we all know everything. You know, it's like it's okay to ask a question. You know, if anything, like the other person like pulled that word because they wanted to sound like pretty smart. So like
pretty
they wanted, they wanted to
He's
flex on you
to define that word.
Yeah, what does that mean?
We'll talk about it after the podcast.
So yeah, it's like, oh, cool. This person's asking me what that means. Now it's up to you to really like pull the definition out. So it's like you better know that.
Yeah, but also I think there's something to it too. I think. And maybe you could attest to it. I think in the Valley, with how men are with each other, like the amount of ego at times, like you don't. I've always felt here it's very like machista at times. People don't want to show love. So if you ask a question, that makes you look weak. Yeah. So men won't ask other men questions typically, especially growing up. It's not really common. You just kind of got to figure it out on your own.
Yeah, for sure. But that's also a good thing, man. That like we're all forced to figure shit out on our own. You know.
That is true. Because I had plenty of friends, and he knew some of my other roommates in college that were actually going to school, and the little problems that they have were the big. Like, in my head, I was like, "Oh my god, you really don't know how to go through life." Like it's a worry, and I was generally worried from, and I would talk about these things with him. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, like that's like an average Tuesday at 10 o'clock. 30 minutes later, we got a new problem. What's up?" It's just how it is.
Yeah. No, it relates to like business, you know, like it helps us now just like problem solve on the daily.
That's all it is basically, is problem solve, because every day there's a new problem. You just got to know how to a plan of attack, what needs to be handled first. Don't get too overwhelmed, or allow yourself that initial 5 minutes, and then after that's like, all right, let's solve this.
Yeah, if everyone was always handing us things like our whole lives, dude, we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, no,
you know.
But also, I think sometimes they don't go out of their way to, even after 30 minutes, like, all right, dude, you've been struggling too long. Let me show you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish we would do that a little bit more.
No, for
especially
sure.
in our culture.
Yeah, I mean, I never hung out like much on this side of the valley. You know, I was always I was raised in Cathedral City, and now I'm just in Palm Springs like every single day. And it's just so beautiful, man. Like everyone that I surround myself with, like I'm very open with, like I'll say anything, like even if like I don't even ever think I'm sounding weak. Like it's not even a thought in my head anymore. Like you know, I just live my life, dude. Like I'm not gonna pretend to be anything else. You know, just because you know you have your own insecurities, dude. Like we all have our own insecurities. You know, it's like, dude, I'm just trying my best to like be the best version of myself. You know,
you're not
like
a finished. Nobody's a finished product.
No, and that's the beautiful thing about, like, I think that's what makes you like a better entrepreneur. Like you're just constantly willing to learn. You know, like if you just stay in the same place, like you guys were like, all right, DNA podcast, all right, I think we could do better. Like let's see what other lights we can get, let's see what cameras we can get, and like the quality of, you know, just like everything. Like you're willing to learn and like move forward. And I think that just sets you apart, because a lot of people like just kind of stay in that
complacency.
They just like to coast by. A lot of people I've noticed in life, it's like the path of least resistance. I've noticed like whether it's their career or relationships with significant others, like I can see it at times. I feel like this is just what's easiest to you. Which is, I feel like that's a detriment.
Which is all good. I mean, for each their own, you know, like as long as they're happy, dude. Like as long as you're happy. Like honestly, sometimes I wish I was a lot more simple, dude. Like I wish I could just have my 9-to-5 job.
Excuse us for having expensive taste. I gotta build these businesses to finance my lifestyle.
Dude, like I'm not gonna name any names, but like I know homies that like they're cruising and they seem happy, man. Like they're playing it by the book, and I'm just like, I wish. Like sometimes I wish. I'm like, dude,
curse me for knowing.
It's like I know too much, you know. Sometimes
knowledge is a curse at times.
It is. When you know too much, you think too much. It's like sometimes I wish I was just watching the Super Bowl, like with eating chicken wings and, you know, just yelling at the TV, like I was on the daily.
I was doing that and wishing I got into a Lamborghini afterwards, but curse me, bro. Like I just want to strive for more. I just want to.
But that's like the best moments in life for a lot of people, is just like watching the football game, chicken wings. Like that's
the highlight of their weekend or their year, whatever it could be. Like I've come to realize that too. Like we all have our own goals, ambitions, purpose, and objective in my life. Like growing up, I was heavily influenced, like how you were saying about your older brother. I had my dad and my mom, and they're very eclectic people, and they're very, you know, they're young, and I'm being exposed to like 80s music, and one of my first loves of music was reggae, and like my favorite album was Legend by Bob Marley. And like understanding why he was a legend, and understanding like he left a legacy. And it's like, I want to do that. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but that's what I want. I want to leave an imprint from my life that, you know, my kids can be proud to say, my grandkids can be proud to say, like, Grandpa was fucking cool.
Yeah, and dude, that's always cool when like someone has a really cool grandpa. Dude, like, oh, my grandpa played in this band when he was a kid. He was a punker. Look, check him out. Look at this fucking. He had Liberty spikes, and I was like, dude, that's dope.
He's still got the tattoos. Don't ask why some of them are blacked out. But
hey, it was a different time back then.
It was a way different time. Grandpa was in it, guys. He was in the shits. We're lucky Grandpa's here. All right,
and on our side.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude. You just want to, at the end of the day, just inspire like the people around you. That's what also one of my goals, you know, like just inspire people to create
like, and I'm an open book with knowledge as well. Like with this podcast, one of the other shifts I wanted to make was that of sharing the knowledge, because when I was coming up and seeking knowledge, wasn't getting a lot of answers back. I wasn't getting a lot of help, or people trying to put me in position. And I'm of the belief, like, if I'm trying to do something, I use the analogy of like, if your car breaks down or if you're driving by and you see somebody with their car broken down and they're just standing there on their phone, you're not going to pull over and help them, But if you're driving, you see the person trying to push the car by themselves, you're going to probably either stop traffic, get out, help that person because they're trying.
For sure. Yeah.
And I apply that to myself. It's like, let me just...
That's a really good one,
Let me just try.
Yeah.
And eventually someone's going to help me push this fucking car.
Yeah.
Because nobody else wanted to help. And maybe it was that thing of they just wanted to see the initiative.
Yeah.
And with this podcast that's why I ask questions of all this to see how you even got to here, because there's probably people that they've probably been in your exact shoes 5 years ago that they don't see that light at the end of the tunnel. They don't have that North Star. They don't know those 3 words.
Yeah.
And if you don't give them some direction, like it's going to be, who knows what we missed out on because that person stopped.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. No, for sure. I mean, I just really want to say that, like, I don't know if it's luck. It's not luck. I mean, I've been very consistent, but yeah, dude, if it wasn't for like Mojave giving me the opportunity to like showcase myself, I don't know where we would be right now. I don't know how successful Hermano would be, you know? And so it's like some people are really like trying and doing their best, and like they're asking for advice, like how'd you do this, you know? And I do feel like I'm a little bit lucky that I got that opportunity.
Timing is everything.
Yeah.
What do they say? Luck is operation meets what is it?
Opportunity meets
preparation. Opportunity meets preparation. That's what luck is. Yeah. Like you were ready.
Yeah, I was ready, man. And if it wasn't for like my portfolio, them seeing what I was doing, like, and believing in me, then I wouldn't be there.
They're all, we see all this, but what's this iPhone video?
Yeah.
All, this was me spiraling into madness. Day 32 into quarantine.
But day 33, I thought about these flowers. So it's all building blocks, guys.
You know, part of my video was me doing a rendition of the Smiths performance with flowers. I'm like, wow, I could sell these bouquets.
Yeah.
So I saw you post that, and I love that Morrissey. about Morrissey, like performing with the flowers and researching why he did it and stuff, like where he got the inspiration. And I think it was an ode to like a poem, right?
Yeah. He just says also just loves flowers.
Yeah.
Like he keeps it very simple,
as simple
man.
as that. But I love the Reddit threads of people coming up with theories of why he did it.
I read about it. I completely forgot, but he was definitely one of the biggest sparks. Like seeing him swing the bouquet of flowers around while he was singing. And I love the Smiths, man. I love Morrissey, more the Smiths, but
not Morrissey as a person.
Yeah. He gets a lot of hate, man.
Very problematic.
Yeah. But yeah, because seeing that, and then just like the time too, and then the way it was filmed, you know, like back in the 80s.
Something about that time period.
Dude. And the Smiths are timeless, dude. Like, you listen to them now, they're still amazing.
Cure is better, but I mean, we're not gonna get into it.
The Cure.
There's two camps. There are two camps. There's diehard. It's like with anime, like Naruto, and the rest of anime. Yeah. It's like it's the Smiths or the Cure. There's very few people that live in the middle.
Yeah.
But it's always and the memes that come from it is fucking hilarious.
I think I lean towards the Smiths a lot. I love the Cure. Don't get me wrong. But the Smiths, something about it.
You're not
I'm
sad
not anymore, man.
You're not Robert Smith sad.
Well, Morrissey was sad as fuck too, man. Like his lyrics.
But
oh my god,
Robert was living that shit.
Yeah.
Robert physically, you could tell that guy's sad.
The other guy was just hiding it better.
Hey, he was he was literally just chilling in bed, just crying, and his bandmate was like, "This would be a cool video, right here.
Let's get you this.
This is gonna be dope."
No, that's dude, like those things like that, like those. I love the Cure and the Smiths because they will last forever.
Timeless.
Like timeless. That is like my favorite word, man. Like one of my favorite words. Like it's hard to put it in a formula, you know, like to like be like, hey, this is how you're timeless, like do this. So it's like so it's really hard to do that. So like the people that have done that, you know, because there's a bunch of amazing artists out there that, you know, like Led Zeppelin, I don't really think they're amazing, but they're not timeless sounding. Like the Cure, the Smiths, like New Order, Joy Division. I don't know if you guys like Joy Division.
I do. I'm up there with Depeche Mode.
Depeche Mode. Yeah, dude, like some of these artists will forever, like the new stuff that's coming out now sounds exactly like the Smiths. It sounds exactly like Joy Division, you know? So it's like, it's crazy how some people just like captured that feeling so long ago. And it's just like, we'll forever live on, dude. That's like the goal, honestly.
For any creative, yes, that is the goal.
You just have to stay true to what you're doing, because those guys, that's all they were doing. I mean, they were inspired, obviously, from somewhere.
Yeah.
But, you know, they told their story, how they saw the world.
Yeah.
From their perspective, what they felt, not what they think people are feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, someone sent me a video today. The audio was on silent. I didn't really get to watch it, and it disappeared. But it was the singer. I want to say it was like Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols or something. And he was like, I don't like music, like, because the A7 minor chord like means nothing unless you just express something through it, you know. So like that's why myself also, like, I'm not a trained musician. I'm not like, I learned everything by ear, just like straight feeling, straight just emotion. Like anything that makes me feel something, I love it. It doesn't matter what chord that is, you know, like it doesn't matter the music theory behind it at all. As long as it makes you like feel something, like that's the best part about music. You know, it's not the technical things behind it, you know. So it's like at the end of the day, man, it's all feeling. Like that's I keep repeating that, but like
that's really the main thing to take away, though, is like evoke emotion, spark something, whether provoke thought. That was another reason, like the name, I wanted to immediately start a conversation or to provoke a thought in your head of what you think I mean by these two words that are contradictory. So that's the main thing to, when you apply to whether it's business, whatever, like you're saying, people will always remember what they felt. They'll remember, sometimes you don't remember the words of their explanation, but they'll know exactly how they felt when they saw the mariachi performance that you put, or this flower bouquet, or the merch that you did.
They would. Man, I don't know how you guys listen to music, but like, so I put lyrics last. I don't know if you guys do that.
When I first listen to something, I hear it, and it's more of what you're saying. Like, I just feel it. I don't even really pay attention to what they're saying necessarily. It's one, like, sonically how it's coming across, whether that's like the instruments or their voice. That's why there's certain artists I love, is because of their voice. And they could be saying the same fucking word over and over, but because of how they say it, I'm just gonna immediately tie and fall in love with it.
For sure. I mean, different genres, it varies on the type of music, right?
I can appreciate the lyricism.
Like,
I can appreciate.
Well, you said you're a poet, so like,
I'm a poet, and I'm also a musician. So like, for me, I know what sounds good. No matter what the genre is, I know if that sounds good or if it doesn't sound good, and then I'll start, like, I can appreciate like lyrical people, but I'm not gonna listen to that every day. That's not practical. But I remember, like, a big thing for me is also messaging. What's the message behind this? And Bob Marley was big on, I'm gonna have a big, powerful message with few words, and you're gonna understand what I'm saying. Like, same thing with like Rage Against the Machine.
See, that's amazing. Like, I never was able. I tried, man. I've tried to listen to music like that, and it's just hard. I don't know why I can't. But yeah, like, I obviously understand that, like, lyrics are one of the most important things, and especially like for artists like Bob Marley and like people that created a legacy, like they're poets and they just like left this mark on earth, man. And but it's just so hard for me to like really listen to the lyrics and just really take in like the feeling of what they're saying. I pull from the feeling of the overall like music, like you said, like their voice, like the way they said something, even if I didn't really register what that sentence was, like, but the feeling, the way they like said it like made it hit me, you know what I mean? Obviously if I hear that song 20 times, I'm eventually gonna know the lyrics.
Eventually you're gonna do a deep dive on what the hell that person said.
Exactly.
But initially it's like that emotion. And I make the joke to him all the time. I'll say it for myself. I usually say it like about the electric guitar does something to white people, but for me, like I'm a sucker for an electric guitar or just an acoustic guitar. There's something about it, and it probably stems from my upbringing around rock and reggae is like the guitar. So immediately if I hear a good guitar riff, I'm like, okay, you have me.
Yeah.
Please don't fuck this up.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
You have me. Yeah. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
And then they fuck it up. I'm like, you were the chosen one.
Yeah.
You were the one, and you fucked it up, bro.
Yeah.
You went Darth on me. I fucking hate it.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, man. Like one of my favorite bands is Arctic Monkeys. I don't know if you.
Yeah.
I've been listening to them forever, dude, since like their first EP, and like all the way till now. Like I have a tattoo right here that's like because of the singer. He like he recommended a book to read, and I read the book, dude, and I loved it, and I like tattooed it.
What book was it?
It's called Amusing Ourselves to Death.
Ooh,
that's a good name.
Title.
Yeah,
it already got my attention.
Yeah.
Do you have the PDF?
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing, man. It was published in 1985.
Really?
And it's about public discourse. So like they just like talk about the way they get their information out to the public, to us, you know, like, and they start, it's like a kind of a history book in a way, because they start like spoken word and then written word and then like telegraph, and then it just goes all the way up to television, and then it stops there because it was 1985.
Yeah.
So, but it's so relatable to today, man. It's crazy how relatable it is. And but it talks about like desensitizing us.
Yeah.
You know, so it just really relates to like our phones and like Instagram and like just all of that stuff. You know, we're all battling it. It's crazy how it's such an open conversation now. How everyone's just like addicted to their phones.
Your phone could be your best friend or your worst enemy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, you know, it's a problem when, like, I don't know if you've ever seen them, but like there's restaurants in LA where like they will charge you differently if you touch your phone. Like there's there is a certain price they will give you if nobody at your table touches the phone. If one person goes obviously there's emergencies, but if somebody starts like scrolling or something, changes the price. And I thought of that, I was like, that's fucking genius.
It's unconstitutional.
It's unconstitutional because you know there's somebody's gonna be like feeding to do it. So I was like, all right.
Isn't there a way where like people, like if you're in a big group and everyone puts their phone like
those two.
Whoever touches
the
first
phone,
pays.
Yeah. Never done that. Never done that. But I've heard of people doing it.
That's crazy.
It's a myth to me.
I've gone to see Jack White, and you guys know who Jack White is. And what he did, he had everyone put their phone in a little pouch. It's a locked pouch. You keep the pouch.
Yeah.
You have it on you, but you can't use your phone during the whole thing.
It seals. And I think it's when you cross the doors, there's a center where it locks. And because Dave Chappelle does this for his stand-ups. And if your phone starts ringing and it's emergency, like, you have to leave, and then that's when your bag will open up, and then you could use your phone. But for you to come back in, your phone has to be back into the pouch.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And so the dude behind me was ripping open his pouch.
Oh, fuck.
And that was just crazy, man. Like
look like a fiend trying to like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what it looks like.
You're a fiend, dude. Yeah. You're like, oh, it's been 10 minutes. Like I haven't been on my phone. You know, I want to record Jack White. I want to post him. Like. I want to show people I'm here right now. And it's just like, this dude was just ripping. He got it out, man. It's like, dude, that's crazy.
Get him out already.
Yeah.
Can nobody see this?
But it was so beautiful, though, like, to watch a concert and not have any screens in. There's no phones in the crowd, man. So, like, watching an artist, like, when was the last time you guys saw a show and, like, you saw no phones out?
I didn't start going to concerts until my senior year of high school was my first concert. I saw Odd Future.
Was it here?
At the IPAC, yeah.
Dude, I was there.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's
crazy.
Bro, were you sweating balls?
Dude,
I was sweating balls at
crazy.
the front row.
You're the only person that I know that like has also been there.
Bro, is it like a mess? Huh?
I've told people like, I saw a Future in Indio.
Nobody was.
Yeah, they're
it's
like
a
what?
Mandela theory or
dude,
effect. It's like, I swear to God, I was there.
Dude,
Then everyone's
so
like,
crazy.
am I in a parallel universe where that didn't happen? But it fucking happened. I was there, bro.
Dude, it's so random, man.
Dude,
so
I was
random.
sweating balls. I bought a brand new pro club to go to this show.
Fresh.
And fucking sweating. People crammed
Yeah,
together like
crazy,
sardines. Man. Taco crying because he lost his hat. And like just so much shit went on. It was a shit show. Mm-hmm. But it was fun. There was a fight in the grass field like right outside, right after. Yeah, there was. We probably walked a different way. But there was a fight right there. I was like, damn. And it was my first concert experience that like wasn't my dad. Like my dad was in a band growing up, so like I saw him perform a couple times, and there was nobody was recording with cell phones. So that was the first time I saw went to a show and people had their phones out.
Yeah, it's like unheard of, man.
Mm-hmm. It's like refreshing. I'm sure when that happened, right?
It really is, and like the crowd is more lively. There's more clapping.
Yeah,
you know, because you don't have it. Well, you have a beer in your hand,
but there's people there in the moment.
Yeah,
they're there. They're
in the
present.
moment.
Everybody together is in that moment because everybody, even when we're recording with phones, like text messages are going off, certain notifications are going off. It's like there's so much different things going on right now, other than the performance, which is all it should be, is just the performance.
Yeah, you're there. I know he doesn't. He's like that type of person, because I know Dave Chappelle probably does it because he doesn't want to leak his
that's the
stuff,
main reason,
right?
Because then his bits get taken out of context and
and then for the next show that he does, people can't be like, oh, I already saw this on Instagram.
It's not as funny
or whatever
anymore.
Yeah, it's not as funny anymore. But I wonder if Jack White just does it because he just doesn't like phones, or he wants people to be in the moment.
I'm pretty sure it's both of those reasons. Of he doesn't like phones, and he wants everybody to actually focus on what the hell they're supposed to be focusing on. Is the show. Let's have a great show. That's the main thing about it is, you can have, as an artist, like the best song, but if you're not sharing that experience with the audience, it's not going to be a great show. You have to get the people into it. You have to get them involved in. That phone's a kind of like a barrier. People are more focused on like, okay, let me get this angle. Let me go like this, instead of like, oh fuck, like he's killing it right now, or she's killing it right now. And
let me put my fucking phone away and jump in the mosh
go
pit.
Off, Jack.
Yeah. No, like I went to a Travis Scott concert. Well, at Coachella. It was on I was already there, and my little brother. 2017. And I've never seen. Oh, really?
Oh, we were there at that.
Dude.
I'm curious to see what your thoughts are about this, because we have ours.
Oh, my gosh, man. I mean, I wasn't even supposed to be there. We just. So we actually I got to play Coachella in 2017. I don't know if you know that, but.
Did not know that.
Yeah, fun fact. So I had an artist pass, so we were able to go around and come in through the back and then into the crowd. But dude, that crowd was so fucking big, dude, and it was so crowded, and it was just the wildest group of kids and frat boys I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Fuck those guys.
That was insane, dude. But the point is, I've never seen so many phones out in my life too, for
oh really?
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of crowd that he attracts as well. That's his kind of demographic.
Yeah, they're younger.
Yeah,
everyone's younger, and everyone's posting it on Snapchat and stuff.
So we were there, and he was the one hyping it up.
Because his first album, Rodeo, I did like.
Yeah.
And he already had which was the one after that?
Birds in the Trap.
Birds in the Trap that already came out. And he had a few good songs, but I did like his first album. And from what I had heard, because one of my roommates at the time saw one of his performances, and he said it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, dude, we got to go watch him.
Yeah, for sure.
And we ended up going. We were more towards the back. And this is when I felt like shit, because I sold him on this. I'm like, dude, he's good. Trust me, just hear him out. He changed. I don't know if you noticed. He never let a song go all the way through. He changed the song 45 seconds in. I didn't even think it got to a minute. And it was annoying. I couldn't.
I hate when
it was not a good performance.
And it wasn't like a smooth transition, like it's a medley or anything. No. It's an abrupt stop and then next song.
Yeah.
It was.
Dude, that just I don't know if you're a Travis Scott fan. Dude, I'm an old head. I'm an old soul. I don't know if you see that, but he's dope. He has some good music. I listen to all music, man. I have a very, very, very open mind when it comes to music. Yeah, very open mind. Just want to put that out there. But that instantaneous switch of music, that just like kind of shows you like what his crowd is and like how these kids are developing, dude. Like because now they're growing up with social media and like their life is that, you know, like they like jump from one thing to the next instantly.
Well, think about that, how they consume music. A lot of and they talk about it, how music's gonna be consumed a lot through TikTok. Well, TikToks aren't that long. Yeah. So now, like, your attention span with songs are a lot shorter. So guess what? Performances are gonna be shorter. So guess what? Artists are gonna change their songs to be a lot shorter.
Yeah, and they are. I mean, some of the biggest hits of all time, like Lil Pump and stuff, you know, like the 2-minute songs.
If that,
Yeah, if that, exactly.
Which just goes to show you, like, it's, and I don't want to be like to sound like an old head to shit like on the new music, but it's like I feel like it's just a watered down, diluted product because it's not at that point. It's just more of an.
They just have it. They just have it down, dude. Like they're scientists.
Yeah.
You know?
At the end of the day, it is because you're gonna replay it.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to mess with the algorithm, their streams. It's not trying to make the best record. It's let me manipulate this.
It's a lot of things. It's like definitely that like it's gonna be replayed so quickly. Also music, they just have it dialed into just like this perfect like formula of like this is how it should sound, this is how long it should be, this is how it should be this frequency here, like frequencies, you know, like to make the person feel amazing. Yeah, it's like a drug, you know, like they got that down so well, dude. Like they know how to produce drugs, like sonic drugs now.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
What I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think of that all the time with like pop records.
Yeah,
because I couldn't for the life of me. I can't listen to them.
Yeah,
but guess what? There is hundreds of millions of people that love it. Yeah, and in my head, I'm like, well, it's either I'm off or they just really know what they're doing.
Yeah,
but I knew of Travis Scott before 2017, because I used to collect XXL magazine, and I was into finding like the freshman top 10. And he was on it 1 year, and he was completely different than when I saw him in 2017. Like this was around, I think this was in 2013. He was working on the Yeezus album with Kanye, and he was wearing a mask, and he was actually rapping. He had a freestyle, and he actually rapped it. And then I listened to, I think it's Days Before Rodeo. Then I listened to Rodeo, and I liked it. Then I was like, you know what? I'm not the biggest fan, but like we'll watch it. And then all those abrupt stops. And then in 2019, I went to Astroworld. Like
he's gone.
I went. I didn't buy the ticket. I was gifted a ticket.
He wants to be very clear.
Yeah, I didn't buy. I was gifted a ticket to experience this. And I think another thing that went into it was he developed as a performer. Is because he had smoother transitions. Like it actually flowed. Like he gained that experience. He probably reached out to people that know how to do this, that have been in the industry for 20, 30 years. Yeah. And he just learned how to do it and actually develop a show.
Yeah.
Instead of just going up there and let me perform the first verse, the hook, and then next song.
That was kind of the culture at that moment, though, too, right? Like it was a lot of hype culture during like 2017,
peak hype culture,
like mumble rap era, like all that stuff. It was just like, let's get these kids going crazy.
Yeah. Which is what a lot of the festival scene pretty much is.
Yeah.
Which you'll see a lot of times, like on Twitter, people complain about the lineups because a lot of the headliners, a lot of the majority of the lineup is exactly that. It's not really artists that you're gonna be like sit down and be like, oh, this is gonna be a whole like I'm a whore for like composers and stuff. Like when Hans Zimmer was at Coachella,
dude, I'm so
I'll admit this on camera since it's my therapy, but I cried. Like dude, it was so beautiful.
I'm so mad.
The scores, so like mad. He went through all the scores that I was like a kid, bro. I was crying, and I was like. The fact that I was able to listen to Hans Zimmer at Coachella, but then like we had like Travis Scott and other, it's just like I wish we had sometimes more of this.
Well, don't they have? Is it John Williams this year, or it's someone else that like has had some incredible scores like that? It's there's another one. Are you guys?
We haven't done a deep dive on
there's another one. I forget who it is, but there's another one.
I will be there.
Yeah, definitely check that out. Yeah. I retired from Coachella, dude. Like I don't know if I'm ever going back.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna power through it. But I understand old age. We get that.
Now, my first Coachella was 2012. I think I only missed 1 year or 2 years from then to now. So I probably went 8 times. Now I have the experience of like, okay, I'm not gonna get there at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. No. Because that was the first Coachella I did. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I got there at 12 in the afternoon. I had an artist pass for that year, so like we're backstage, we're doing all this stuff, and that was my first Coachella. But like now I know like, oh, let's get there like probably 3. If there's an artist I really want to see that's at 3:30, 4 o'clock, then we could get there at that time. But if not,
dude, it's exhausting.
Yeah, it is. It's a marathon.
It is.
Yeah, it's a fucking marathon.
I'll say this, like I think about it of like everybody always likes to get in shape for it, but it's like because they want to look good, but it's like no, you need to be in good shape because you're gonna be standing for a long time. Like your joints are gonna be hurting. You better be in good shape.
And you'll find a nice area of grass that's just perfect enough size for your body, and you're gonna stay there for about 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, in the shade, just like
and hope you don't fall asleep because then you'll wake up and you'll miss a couple shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. There's some people that do both weekends. I'm just like,
I've never been able to do that.
Gosh. It's a lot. I know they're on drugs, dude.
They have to be.
The older I get, the more I realize everybody's on drugs. You know?
Yeah,
like everybody. It's whether it's prescribed or non-prescribed. Yeah. Everybody's on drugs. They're doing something. There's no way. Like there was an influencer I used to follow back like in 2015, and this dude would be out partying until 2:30 in the morning, and then I get up like around like 9 o'clock, and this dude already ran like fucking 10 miles in the morning. I'm like, when the fuck did you sleep? How did you do this? And then later on, he comes out and says like, yeah, bro, I had a really bad drug addiction and this and that. I'm like, well, no shit. Like everybody's either on coke or on pills. Everybody has their vice, and that's how they're maneuvering. Yeah. So like for them to go back-to-back weekends of Coachella, like your feet have to fucking hate you,
dude. Oh my gosh, when all that stuff wears out.
I'll tell you, come down's not nice, but people
on, yeah.
Come down isn't nice. I've experienced that. It's not fun, but doing it and then realizing like, oh, I could see how you could do this like a whole weekend. I understand benders now.
Yeah, for sure. Have you guys gone to any other like festivals around the country?
We went to Rolling Loud, but I want to expand and go.
Yeah, I actually went to I went to a concert festival in Monterrey.
Monterrey, really?
Yeah, and it was unreal. Like
do you remember what it was called or?
I forgot. But Kings of Leon, my favorite band. They were the headliners.
You like Kings of Leon, dude? Yeah, I grew up on them too.
So
man.
they were going. I knew they were going to be in Monterrey, and I was like, fuck it. Like I've never been to a concert out there, so why not?
That's awesome,
the way
dude.
The style of festival how Mexico did it, I was like, I wish America could adapt a few of those things. Like, it's just such a good setup. It's just so easy and practical.
Yeah.
But I think it's because of, like, the trust and faith people have in each other. Like, you don't see a lot of sleazy things going on over there. You're going to see a lot of, like, people are messy, but, like, because they're drunk and certain things. But they're not, like, I know it happens so often at Coachella. People steal phones. People try to do, like, the grimiest shit. Yeah. In Mexico, like, you better hope nobody catches you doing that. Yeah. Because unanimously, you will get your ass kicked. Or you're gonna do something to the wrong person.
Yeah.
So I think that's why people. Yeah. Because
that's probably what it is. Everyone's just scared of each other.
Everybody's afraid they don't know what's gonna happen if they do this.
It's the ones that are like unsuspecting. Those are the ones that it's like, oh shit, that's probably the guy.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've never been to a festival outside of the country, so that's definitely a goal.
Highly recommended. Yeah. Especially in.
I know there's one coming up. My brother's going to it. I think it's the Corona Festival. I think it's in Mexico City.
In the FA, yeah.
Yeah. And I think like pretty much like similar bands to that to Kings of Leon are playing. They always have the best lineups, dude.
They have great, and they have a good mix. Like they had Kings of Leon. They had I actually saw Arctic Monkeys there that year.
Wow.
Los Enanitos Verdes.
Like,
so it was just like dude, a huge mix.
Amazing, man.
Huge mix of music, and I was like, this is the best time ever.
Yeah, that's how Coachella used to be back in the day, man.
Right?
It used to be so good. I sound so old. You know what I mean? It used to be so
I agree with you, though, because, like, we get to look back at what the lineups were before. Yeah. Before, I think the last great one was 2012, in my opinion, because from the ones after that, it's like, but everybody always goes back to 2012. Like, that was the one, like, where they got it right. Like, they hit every mark. They hit every demographic. That was before the Sahara tent was the new main stage. Yeah. Like, now it's kind of evolved into what it is now. And I was looking forward to the original lineup for 2020 when Rage was headlining.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that's gonna be perfect.
Did you see Rage the last time they played, or
No.
Ever,
never. And
I
thought,
never saw anything.
I thought that was gonna be my one opportunity, to see, and I already had the tickets.
I heard they caused an earthquake, dude.
That wouldn't shock me.
Yeah,
it wouldn't shock me.
Not literally, but it felt like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They shook the ground, dude. Or the crowd, I mean.
The crowd did?
Mm-hmm. The crowd, shook the ground.
I watched videos because my dad listened to, he was garage punk and punk rock, and we were playing Rage and those bands and growing up and listening to it, and just the energy you get from listening to Bulls on Parade or Testify.
And I can only imagine.
And to see that live and then to watch the performance on YouTube, and I'm getting that same energy watching.
Yeah. Imagine being a guy in the crowd amongst 20,000 other people
seeing
like that.
Seeing him fucking burn the American flag and just so much just power,
dude,
in that moment.
And there's only how many members? 4?
4.
Yeah, right. So it's crazy, to make such a big sound with what is it? One guitar, Tom Morello.
Yeah, Tom Morello.
Dude, it's insane. Do you guys listen to Idols?
No.
Oh, I've
check out Idols.
They're the ones that did it with Kenny
IDLES.
Really? Oh,
yeah. That's the band.
Yeah, I did. I saw. So Kenny Beats has a YouTube series, The Cave, and I think
he produced their last album.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Idols, Rage Against the Machine. It's the new version of Rage Against the Machine.
Really?
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously you can't compare, but I saw Idols twice already, and the last one was at Pappy's on Halloween. And
no way.
Holy crap, dude. They're heavy. The singer, they're from the UK, so the singer is just straight scummy dude.
He's got that voice too.
Yeah, he's got that hooligan voice, that hooligan vibe, and they all do, man. But the message that they have is love and compassion.
I was good.
Yeah.
I was thinking that in my head. I'm like, just a grimy, scummy dude. He just wants everybody to love each other.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, dude.
I'm of course it is.
Hey, the best work you should do.
Yeah. And they're making a huge impact, dude.
He's like, you fuckers just love each other already.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Now hear me out.
Dude, check out Idols.
I will.
Yeah. For real. And then if you ever get a chance to see them live, it'll change your life, man. Mm-hmm. They're amazing. They're a very special thing happening right now. Someone told me about them. I didn't listen to them for a year until I finally, sometimes you just have to find them on your own,
dude. I experience that with him all the time. I'll put him onto certain artists, and later on, he'll come on.
He's
bro, I told you 2 years ago.
I remember I told him because I got put onto Pale Waves, and I told him about Pale Waves, and he's like, "Oh, okay, you never heard of their UK band as well?" But they're a perfect blend of kind of 80s rock with kind of the Y2K vibe.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And I told him about them, and he was like, "Oh, okay," and never. And then all of a sudden I get in the truck and he's playing one of their songs. I was like, "Oh, Pale Waves."
Yeah.
Crazy. He's like, "Yeah, dude, love this band. You should listen to it."
I was like, "Dude, great fucking band."
I was like, "Fucking guy."
You should listen to him.
You should listen to him.
I'll do that constantly.
Did you say that to fuck with him? Or?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. He does. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's shit like that, and that's the best of somebody putting you on, and then you kind of you take that risk sometimes. But then when you fucking better than you even imagine, they undersold it.
Yeah.
When they undersell whatever you're about to listen to, and you're like, where the fuck has this been all my life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the best way to really introduce someone to a band or an artist is to see them live. And if they're amazing live, then you go back home and you listen to them.
We did that to our friend Parker when we went to see St. John. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'll buy the ticket.
Was he good?
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, he's
phenomenal. Great. And I had told him about St. John for a year.
Yeah.
He bought a ticket 2 weeks before.
Then started listening.
Started listening to him. And then he was like, "Oh, bro, I fucking love Roses and this and that and the third, all his music." He ends up, St. John throws his shoe into the crowd. This fucker catches his shoe.
One hand, Odell Beckham. Still got that shoe.
Yeah.
Still got that shoe.
Everybody left that show.
Huh?
Do you wear it?
Nah, just one. Hey, 3 sizes too big, but I have it. I got it.
3 sizes, damn.
But everybody left a bigger fan than going in.
Yeah.
And that. I agree with you 100%. Live shows, if the artist knows what they're doing, that could you always think of that that live show.
Yeah, for sure. Like I invited my friend to this Idols concert, and she didn't know about them at all. And after that concert, she was like, that was the best fucking concert I've ever been to. And she just like bought merch online and like everything, dude. Yeah. And I was just like, I told you.
Been telling you about this.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. How we doing on time?
Oh, no, I was trying to look up the festival name in Monterrey. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because you were saying Corona Fest. I'm trying to think of the name of the concert, of the festival.
I don't know the name. I didn't go, but I'm shocked you don't remember. But you remember exactly who you saw.
Oh, I remember exactly who I saw.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I'm saying, do you guys know who Interpol is?
Yeah.
I'm seeing them in New York in May.
You're going to New York in May?
Yeah, I've never been to New York, dude.
No, neither have I.
So, like, they're from New York. So, I'm just like, I already bought the ticket. So, it's like, that's the best way to go to New York for the first time. Go see Interpol in New York. I'm so excited, dude. I'm so excited.
I can't wait to not see the footage because you're gonna keep your phone in the pouch. Yeah, you're just gonna be there, but to hear the stories about it afterwards.
Yeah,
it's a blessing and a curse, man. Like I always forget to record because sometimes it's really nice to look back, memories, you know. So I'm really bad at recording. I've been trying to learn to like remember like, oh, this is a moment. Like, you know, my family's right there with my grandparents. Like, let me capture this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm really trying to get better at that.
You kind of have to program yourself.
Yeah.
Because I'm really bad at that too.
Yeah.
You kind of just
some people are really good at it, dude.
He's really good at that.
I've had to force myself to do it because I'll be in the same thing just like him in the moment and then realizing like, nah, we should probably capture this. And hearing it enough from enough people that when they come hang out with us or they go to a concert with us or somewhere and they're like, this is what you guys do, and it's like, yeah, this is what we do. They're like, we had no idea, like that's what you guys like, that's how it goes, and you guys are just from here to there to there to there. You guys should kind of try to document this a little bit.
Yeah.
And for me it's like that 10 seconds of like, okay, hold on, take the photo, okay, let's keep going.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yeah, for sure.
In that moment, just 10 seconds. And if you're a good photographer, maybe 5, but just in that time, and then you go back to doing whatever the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm getting a lot better at it, it's it's
well,
a work in progress.
You're gonna have plenty of chances in New York because there's really a lot of firsts.
Dude, I wish we had. Well, the desert landscape is absolutely beautiful, but I wish we had like New York backgrounds. You know, like more like amazing. Like that's a place for photography right there, dude.
Oh,
New
absolutely.
York City, are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
Like you could
any metropolitan area,
you guys could shoot your merch so crazy over there. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh. So I'm excited for that part, just like for taking photos.
I'm excited to see your first post when you're boarding the plane and it says flights not feelings. I'm excited for that.
Flights not feelings.
And then the post of you're just the front of the venue, and then like you guys, I had the most amazing experience. I didn't record anything because I was just so in the moment. It's just like a long ass paragraph, and I'm gonna read it. I'm like, fucking Adrian was living.
I believe
you guys know.
Everyone he said, I believe him.
I believe him
when
to
I
the
go
10th degree.
When I go months without posting, that means because I'm living, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
be happy for me.
Hell
Be
yeah,
like,
brother.
hell yeah, he hasn't posted anything.
He hasn't
in
posted
2
anything.
months.
He's living. He's just
killing
fucking.
it.
he's just listening to idols, just wanting everybody to love each other.
Yeah.
Just fucking raging, and then he comes back and just fucking. Oh, that's all he did.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
That's all I needed to do.
Yeah.
That's the best way to live, man. How we doing on time?
I think we're
I think we're close to the wrap up. I mean, I don't know, but I would ask you, how'd you enjoy it?
Or?
What do you feel like you have anything you want to say? Like, anybody you want the listener to walk away with?
No, man. I think everything has been going really well, and I'm just gonna keep it going. You know, like not really change anything. It's just one day at a time right now. You know, like nothing to say, man. Nothing to say. Just very
live.
blessed. Very blessed, very thankful. I love my community. I love my friends. I love my family.
A lot of gratitude.
Yeah,
what it sounds like.
I'm living my best life right now, dude. Definitely the happiest I've ever been. So
We're glad. Yeah. We're glad. I was to say, do you want to tell people where they can get the flowers, what time, usually what your hours are?
Sure. So we're located at Mojave Flee Trading Post in downtown Palm Springs, 383 North Indian Canyon. And we are open every single day, 11 to 5 p.m.
11 to 5, folks.
Yes.
11 to 5. Get there early to get your flowers because they will sell out.
Yes, they will.
I see those.
Mondays,
I see those posts. He doesn't post on his personal page, but on the Hermano page, he will post when they're sold out.
Yeah, if you want to talk to me, just catch me on Hermano.
Yeah.
Not mine.
But appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me, man. This was really nice, you know. I haven't talked this much in a very long time, so you know.
Glad you did it.
I'm glad if
this was therapy, dude. This was therapy.
Hey, see, I sound crazy.
Almost had me crying. Almost cried, dude.
Hey, bro, I was almost there with you, bro.
That's therapy. I've been. It's the exact same thing, except you have an actual professional listening to you, and is gonna give you proper feedback on exactly to help you process whatever it is you're saying. That's the only difference.
Well, we don't got professionals, but we got each other.
Yeah.
Between us, there's great, 2 degrees.
It's great, and we could watch this back and just take away things that we could work on about ourselves.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So like, yeah, man, it doesn't get any better than this, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you for you guys listening. We usually start at the beginning of the show saying this. Please comment, like, subscribe.
We always say we're going to get better at that.
Rate 5 stars.
Then we just hard. It used to be we didn't even introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes in, we're like, did we even introduce ourselves?
We didn't. And the moment's passed. We can't go
moments
now.
passed. Can't even do it. But please comment, like, subscribe, share it to 5 friends. Subscribe to Hermano's YouTube channel. Listen to all their live shows. Listen to them again.
Follow them on Instagram.
Follow them on Instagram. Share that to 5 friends and just support your community.
Yeah.
And like Idols, the message from Idols, just fucking love each other already, fuckers.
Yes.
All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in this week. We'll catch y'all next week. Deuces.
Later.